Well, look at that. Woo. Kind of sort of perfect. Although black, not the best color for a video. Like it's a little washed out, but
it's because we don't. Anyway, whatever.
I know because we're not using the lighting that we should be using.
Well, there's like lighting control techniques and
yeah, and we decided not to get. Well, I decided not to get fancy and get out the fancy lights. Anyway, hello, we are live. Welcome to the podcast.
Fudge. I tried tightening it. I turned it the wrong way.
I did that too earlier.
Dumbass.
Welcome to the Spencer's Ventures podcast. It has been a minute since we have seen you guys live.
Sign into chat.
I wanted to jump on before Holiday in the Park started. In a vlog, we promised you guys. In fact, I think twice I promised you guys.
Nigel Hornberry.
I'm trying to talk.
That's cool.
That Dan and I would jump on and discuss with you guys what we think makes a good maze. So here's what's up for tonight. We're going to do a quick Fright Fest recap-ish. We're going to discuss...
It has been a while.
Discuss what we think makes a good maze. What are those ingredients that makes a good maze for us personally? Because everybody has their own thing.
Interesting.
Were you going?
Continue.
Oh, okay.
Continue.
Then we're going to jump into the recent announcements from Six Flags Great Adventure. Some things are coming down. Some things are changing. So we're going to discuss that. And then we're going to jump into what's happening.
This is happening.
Why? What happened?
Echo.
Oh.
Just leave it there and talk.
Yeah, but you got to get that one off.
It is.
No, it's not.
It's muted.
Oh.
It is
But
fine.
I had fixed it.
Too late. Just...
Okay, so then we're gonna talk about
It's got to be centered so I can also be heard.
I can't stand you. Really isn't. But anyway, then we're gonna talk about Holiday.
It doesn't matter how it looks on the camera is at a different angle relative to the.
But I had set it up. I don't understand why it's doing that.
I don't know. I'll look at it. I'll poke around.
I mean, I bet I can figure it out real quick. Like
anyway,
I just went to properties and did it there.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for, but I couldn't find it. Anyway, so that's correct.
Yes.
I'm just gonna double check something. Can continue the actual talking?
So let's talk about oh, sorry, that's my.
Oh my God, what is happening?
Who knows?
So what are we gonna do today?
All right, so
today,
and I know that Dan already said hello, but hello live chat, and thank you Tom for letting us know about the echo.
Yes, I just muted one of the two mics.
Yeah, we don't know when that's happening unless we're staring at the screen.
That does not even correctly tell us. So that's a whole nother issue.
But it sort of does. Anyway, I hope that the sound is better. Yeah, we did. Thank you so much. There's actually a vlog coming out tomorrow that is sort of the aftermath of the road trip. We show the trains being unpacked a little bit and stuff like that, and there will be more videos regarding that because John. So,
oh, wait, that's really not... All right, keep talking.
Maybe that didn't work.
Oh, goodness. See, this is why we don't... Oh, whoa. That might have been it. Hold on. Talk directly into the thing.
I am. Oh.
Yeah, talk right up on it.
Okay.
Don't not talk right up on it.
Okie dokie, I'll do that. Can't hear.
Yeah.
Okay.
Give them a second to catch up.
Yeah, it should.
but I'm going to do something similar to my end.
It should hopefully be working.
I'm going to have to probably lower yours.
I hope.
All right.
Tom, is it working now?
It should be. It should be now.
Okay.
If we keep doing this, they're just going to...
Right.
So just let us know if it's echoing.
Right, or if you can't hear.
Yeah.
Either way. Can't hearing is probably worse.
Agreed.
All
good.
Awesome. Thank
cool.
you.
Appreciate it.
Okay, so let's real quick should we just jump right into what we makes a good maze?
I thought we were doing stuff first, but that works.
No, we're gonna get the Fright Fest stuff out of the way since that is long over.
All right, that works. I'm gonna tweak my mic a little more, but
so Great Adventure this year had oh my gosh, there were only 2 mazes. There were 9 mazes in total. Most of those were 6 of them IP. Overall, I thought all of them were all 9 mazes overall. I enjoy the IP maze, but I do miss the scares that you would get with Flags maze. The IP mazes
yes.
are a theatrical walkthrough, but not all of them are.
No, yeah, I agree.
But yet they kind of still are in a way.
They are not typical scares.
Right. I enjoyed all of them. I don't know. I thought they did a fantastic job. So what makes a good maze? Or what makes a maze good? You know.
Well, I get right before we get into that. You gave your position on the mazes. I'll put out there in advance my position. If you haven't seen the videos, I did go over it in one of the videos. I definitely feel a little differently about some of the mazes. So I love IP mazes. They're cool. They're great. I don't think it's worth doing IP mazes if you're going to have something like the Stranger Things maze or the what was that? Army of the Dead.
Army of the Dead.
Those mazes were severely lacking. If you're going to do an IP maze, it needs to be scary, as far as I'm concerned. I'm not, at that point, I'm not looking for entertainment. I'm looking for Halloween, scary, something more of that nature. I actually think Trick or Treat was the worst offender. So just like the movie. It was
better than the movie.
Barely.
It was better.
No, it was. That having been, I never told you. So before we get into this, I have last second news. It is official. Trick or Treat 2 is looking for funding.
Good luck with that.
You can personally go, and I swear, don't do it. I'll find you. You can personally go and fund the movie. They have a Kickstarter up to fund the movie.
No.
Anyway, I just thought that was worth mentioning.
Bad movie. Yuck.
Anyways.
And not scary. So I hear what you're saying, but I have to disagree with Stranger Things. Stranger Things to me was more about the fandom of it. It was definitely truly just a theatrical walkthrough.
Yeah.
Now, I got a couple jump scares in there. I remember one night, I don't remember which vlog it was, but one of those vlogs, I remember saying, I got a scare in every single maze.
Yes.
That particular night. And it was probably one of the best nights. I mean, aside from when we went with Gabe, which is called Adults Night at Fright Fest,
when we went with Gabe, that night was freaking amazing because this was Gabe's first time going through them, and it was hysterical. It was great. It's wonderful to go through a maze with somebody who hasn't been through it yet, and you have been, and you know what's coming. It was so good. It was so good. But anyway, I digress in that I love Stranger Things. The only thing it is missing, and Gabe had said this as well, was the living room with the lights. And if they just change that up a little bit next year and put those lights in the living room like me, then you've got a freaking home run for the Stranger Things fan.
You know what? That's the other thing I will say. When it comes to an IP maze, I can give a quote-unquote bad IP maze a pass if it oozes what the fandom wants. Mm-hmm. But at that point, if I'm not part of the fan, it's not for me.
Right, exactly. But those of us who are fans of it were loving it.
So in that way, I get. However, not having seen Stranger Things, so I could be way off base. Mm-hmm. There's always some part of that maze that even as I was going through it, I was like, I feel like even if I was a fan, there was things to be desired. Not necessarily that it was bad, but that there were things I would still want to have seen.
The only thing is the living room with the lights on.
Like,
the wall,
isn't
Christmas
the
lights.
Diner a huge deal? Isn't there
there's no diner.
A diner or something? I don't know.
There's no diner.
Okay.
No.
All
right. But the living room with the Christmas lights and the letters, and Will communicating from the upside down through those lights, that is huge.
Okay. So there you go. That's like one example though of something.
But that is the one thing that if they had that in there, you've got a home run.
And then, so for me with like Saw, it hits everything I wanted to hit.
Absolutely, because we're huge fans of Saw.
I'm a huge fan of Saw.
We love Saw.
And it's scary. And this time around, it was even more theatrical on top of...
It was way more theatrical. That is for sure.
On top of still maintaining spooky, scary.
Yeah. Now,
the theatrical part of Saw is the fandom.
Right. So here's the thing about Saw in particular, and a couple of other mazes had like vacant hallways. There was like dead space.
And I'm okay with that.
And I'm okay with it too, but
I think Stranger Things was particularly vacant.
I understand why people are like, there were just like hallways where there was nothing going on. And I think especially in Saw, part of the issue with that is that they need all of that space so that the audio can loop. Because when you walk into each room, there's audio that plays with the room. And one time we walked through there and the audio was like out, and the guy in the room
on the cross, on the crucifix.
He was just standing there smiling at us because the audio wasn't there.
And they're not allowed to do anything.
Yeah, so there's like nothing going on. And, that sucks. But so I get people's frustration with like the empty hallways and nothing going on. For me, there's an anticipation there of what's around the next corner. Oh my gosh, is there going to be, especially in Saw, there going to be a big person around this corner? Is there, so I have that anticipation building.
That completely repainted the hallways for me.
Yeah.
Because up to this point, I've read it more as the intention was to lull you into a false sense of security.
Well, and
I think one or two of the hallways might be that across all the mazes, but the looping audio makes way more sense.
Right. Definitely.
I wasn't thinking about that.
Because of the audio. Yeah. So,
100%.
Like they're timing how long, okay, we send in this group and X amount of time later, we have to send in this group.
Yep.
And they're guessing on how long it takes. Basically, they must do tests to find out how long it takes the average group to walk through and hit these points.
Well, it's one of those things when there's a designed scene playing out, you know how people are going to react ahead of time.
Right.
When it's something like a Six Flags maze, it's completely random. Some people are going to sprint through, some people are going to
Right.
meander.
Um, so let's talk real quick about what specifics make it a good maze.
I think
Any maze.
I think a better way to go about, because originally we were just going to spitball this. I think a way we should go about this is in the existing mazes, why certain things work even if they don't work in other mazes. It's something we brought up in, I believe, in the video that we keep referencing that I don't remember the name of. I say, like, I hate the animatronics in the IP mazes. They don't work for me. But then you rightfully brought up Asylum was like one of my favorite mazes, and it's 90% animatronics.
Oh yeah.
There's something about the way they're used in Asylum, combined with like that one hallway where you have to push past the hanging corpse.
Oh,
when you have to do that, and that's before, I believe, almost any animatronic.
There's
there's
couple
like
before
one or
that.
two, but
Yeah.
that was like a soft lead in, and then that it's like, okay, everything beyond this point is crazy.
Yeah.
It almost sets the expectation higher than a ton of actors being there. It sets the level of design expectation almost.
So, well, for me personally, what makes a good maze is, first of all, your jump scares. Jump scares are important.
For sure.
I think character interaction is another thing that makes maze really good. I think the sets also for me, because I like to.
That's not even a maybe. That's
I like, because like Trick or Treat to me was very visually appealing. The soundscape was not always on point when we went in. Now, the very first time I went in, the soundscape was right on. Walked in, lights lit up, and the sound started. It was good. But after that, the soundscape was always just a little behind. And so that was kind of like, oh man, this sort of like, messed it up a little bit. But the sets in there, the costuming, it was very, very good. So while there were no major scares in there, it was still like nice to look at. So I mean, I figure sets and costuming, all of that really matters in a maze, whether you're going to get scared or not. If it's nice to look at, it's kind of like, well, that was cool. Like Stranger Things, I got a couple jump scares. But the rest of it for me was just like, oh my gosh, I'm on the set of this TV show. Like, this is amazing. It was just,
I will say,
it was good.
For Trick or Treat, some of it was visually appealing, but it was appealing in the wrong direction entirely. It was more like cozy than it was any kind of Halloween.
I could understand that for sure. Yeah.
It wasn't even remotely scary. It was just like, oh, there's the vague sense of fall.
Right. Well, Sam is not scary to me.
Sure.
Like, he's only scary to elderly bus drivers.
Sure.
I mean, come on now. So yeah, you have to have those jump scares. You have to have the right mood, the right, just the sounds, all of that. Right. And I think that character interaction also help really make it. So for me, like, every maze was really good and a lot of fun for me, and I got jump scares. My favorite maze of the season, that is a tough call.
That again, just that's another really good point though, is character interaction is another thing Saw unintentionally did phenomenally.
Yeah.
Because these are all scenes that we've all seen, and every time, I think anyone that's watched one of those movies has been like, just go faster, just get it done, get it over with, like, stop.
Yeah.
So you're then that same energy translates
You're
to the
like
maze very well.
in it. Yeah, like
Yeah.
if you are a fan of the Saw movies, if you like that franchise, that maze is for you. It's so good.
And I'm pretty sure I've seen people in there that we were in line with that were like, oh, we haven't seen them, but we want to do the maze. And even they interacted to some extent because
Like
that scenery evokes reaction.
Oh, also, I really, really liked in Saw, you had a choice to
That's
go
really
one of
good.
two ways.
That's really good.
That is so good. I would incorporate that and in at least one other maze for sure.
So I think I've been very vocal that
Which they sort of did in Army of the Dead because the goal at the end there.
I feel like that's an accident, but yeah.
Well, I don't know because she tells you to go this way or she that way. So, but you go in the one way and you're leaving the maze one way and it's absolutely nothing. But then you leave the other way and you're going through the vault. So I don't know what the deal is with that.
I
but
feel like that was just mistakes were being made because the maze was not put together right or something weird happened.
Yeah, I don't know what that was all about. But I do like the fact that you've got choices.
I don't count. Install. I don't count that for Army of the Dead.
I understand, but
I feel like that was
somebody is like, hey, but you get to go to because you don't
Right.
really have the choice. You're being told.
Yeah. I'm even cool with that methodology if it's intended.
Yeah.
But that having been said, I think I've been very outspoken that Army of the Dead was like just such a waste of a maze.
I really liked it. I think that it was just
could have had Beetlejuice, could have had any of the other WB horror movies.
Okay. Agreed. I feel like we should have had Beetlejuice. But I liked Army of the Dead. I got some scares in there. I think it was very large. Now a lot of the mazes were long this time.
They were long.
I felt like Army of the Dead was like a large maze, so not just long, and it wasn't the longest, but it was
probably
inside,
one of the shortest, but it was
inside the scene were huge.
Yes, I will give you that.
And I think like maybe
Asylum
the first
was long.
I think maybe the first night or two had actors in, then as guys need a few more, you need more actors in
Now,
that one, I think.
Here's my thing. I have several reasons why Army of the Dead wasn't my thing. Was there anything particularly noteworthy for you in Army of the Dead that wasn't present in any of the other mazes?
That wasn't present.
Because for me, there should always be something in each maze that keeps it unique. And I don't think what really aggravates me with Army of the Dead, while you think on that, it doesn't even have like a dedicated fan base. As far as I'm aware, Trick or Treat has a bigger fan base than Army of the Dead.
Oh, please.
And there's no fan base to Trick or Treat. Like, I genuinely, that one confuses me more than anything.
Well, because Trick or Treat,
I can see arguments for Trick or Treat.
Yeah, Trick or Treat has the iconic scene, when people like are drawn to that, and that's cool.
What
does Army of the Dead have that the other ones don't? I don't see. I like the Vegas theme.
Okay.
And so I like it that, you're walking through the Chapel of Love and there's a bride that comes out. I like that there's a showgirl and she was phenomenal.
I know it's not Vegas, but would the largeness, quote unquote, of I Am Legend compare to that for you? Because that's WB. They could have done They could have done I Am Legend in place of that.
Anyway, we're getting a little long with the Fright Fest wrap up, so I want to know. I mean, I already know.
I honestly think, yeah.
What was your favorite maze? What was your least favorite maze? I already know the answers.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of have it tied on both ends of the spectrum.
Okay.
My absolute favorite is between probably Asylum and Saw. I mean, Texas was good. Actually, I also have to toss what's it called up there, The Conjuring up there, because those three were phenomenal. And then I have for the bottom of the barrel.
That's easy.
I'm going. What's it called?
Witches?
Trick or
Reflection?
treat.
Oh, trick or treat.
Oh, I mean, I don't even count witches as maze. That's
okay.
That's just. It is a maze, but it's not. It's really not.
It was really nicely
It's
done.
a trail.
Yeah, but it was so nicely done.
Sure. But as far as the main mazes, Trick or Treat, Army of the Dead, and wow, I'm struggling. Stranger Things. Those three are tied for my.
Oh my,
For
you're
sure.
harsh. So my favorite. It's really, really hard
Vecna should have been an actor.
because
say that.
I think my biggest reaction was to Conjuring.
Oh, that's not even a question.
But well, at least the first go.
Yeah,
the first go
That was
Conjuring
amazing.
was probably the scariest. But
Yeah,
Texas is so
Texas
close
is
to it.
phenomenal.
I think Texas definitely became a very quick favorite for me. So I really think I have to tie them at the top.
Texas is right under that top tier
Very
for me.
closely followed by Saul, and Saul for me is just always going to be a favorite. My least favorite.
For me, it's Texas then Big Top. Yeah.
My least favorite. Asylum.
Yeah, I won't understand that one.
Because for me, I guess what also makes a good maze is theming. Because for me, like, I just, to me, it was just disgusting. It was
Yeah,
like,
I get it.
what the hell did I just walk through?
I do feel
I'm
you-
like, this wasn't even scary. This was just gross. And to me, gross does not make a good maze because I want to be scared.
I will say, I think gross makes a good maze done correctly, but that's not what you're talking about.
I think a lot of people loved Asylum,
for
and
sure.
I think that's because you're all insane.
No, it's great.
And you can
It's-
relate to it.
No, it's just great.
See, I can't relate to that level of crazy.
I mean, it's not even necessarily you. I mean, when you word it like that, relating to the level of crazy for sure, but no, like it's there's a really specific style of horror that when you start involving specifically asylums,
yeah, no, I understand that, but it's not my thing.
Oh no, I know that's what I'm saying.
And
Yeah,
that's
I think it's a very common thing, though.
yeah, I think
And
that's
so-
just my issue with it.
and-
It's just not my.
Yeah, I think they
Now, did they nail it? Yeah, they nailed it.
I will say this actually, as far as like nailing the thing I'm talking about, yes, they absolutely nailed it. Not
Yeah.
a shadow of a doubt.
And some of those
But-
animatronics in there are really, really good. There's
Phenomenal.
one that is
Yeah.
behind a shower curtain
Yep.
that actually opens the curtain. And I'm like, wait a minute, because the first time I went through, I thought it was a person.
Yeah.
It is not a person, it's an animatronic, and it's so good. The animatronics are very, very good. So
But to your maybe benefit, it is like the most saturated version of it.
yeah.
For sure. It's definitely like every 2 seconds.
And I have to honorable mention Stranger Things because as a theatrical walkthrough,
As
it
the
was-
best, I assume.
it was so good. Yes, it was so good as a theatrical
But-
walkthrough. It was more like a show that you walked through. It was so good.
There were like 3 scare actors. That was like one of my biggest issues with that maze. There was like 3 scare actors.
Yeah, there weren't many, but they also had to, cast very well for those.
And the scare actors that were in there did phenomenally.
Oh my
Like,
gosh, so good. Elle was amazing.
Yes, for sure.
If you played Elle and you're watching, oh my gosh, shout out, you were phenomenal.
You did a great
So,
job. Yeah.
Okay, so
At least when I
I look
walked through.
forward to Fright Fest. As always, we
That
have gone on much longer than I thought we would
that
about
last
this.
that last room is the most upsetting part for me. That last room should have had at least an actor in there. I was
Yeah.
hoping Vecna
Other-
would be an actor.
Other people have said that. But the I thought was very impressive. I liked. I know some people
Yeah, I
were
thought it
kind
was
of like.
janky as hell.
Some people were kind of like, but I thought it was really good. Anyway, okay, so Fright Fest, we love you. Can't wait till next year. If you are not watching live and you're watching this, give us some comments. If you went to Fright Fest, what do you think? What were some of your favorite stuff? Your favorite maze? What'd you think?
Say lemonade.
Okay, so now we're going to talk about the announcements out of Six Flags Great Adventure. And then we'll get into Holiday in the Park after that all right. Do you know the announcement? All of the announcement? Do you know what they announced?
Off the top of my head, no, but I've seen them all at some point.
Okay, so
Actually,
and Green Lantern.
Yeah, I was gonna say, let's just. Ka deserves its own little thing here. They are removing Ka, and I think that is one of the saddest things to ever hit the park. Straight up, I would be less sad if they removed Mine Train.
I have to agree with that.
That is genuinely disheartening, to some extent. Especially for like people that didn't get to ride it that season because you didn't tell us until like 3 days prior.
I mean, yeah, here's the thing. A lot of people knew like 3 weeks prior.
Sure.
A lot of people
But you
knew
didn't tell the
this.
general public. I wasn't aware until
well, that's because
maybe 2-3 days before they made the announcement.
That's because I forgot to tell you.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
I knew.
But still, like, regardless, I don't count that. Like, general public should have known.
Yeah, but they're not going to do that. And Cedar Fair.
I don't really care what their procedure is, though, if their procedure is wrong.
Yeah, no, Cedar Fair does that kind of crap, apparently.
Sure.
And
they need to cut that out.
Whatever. Well, it's going to happen. So
there are certain things. I understand I get that in general. There are certain things that deserve a little more, for lack of a better term, prestige with the announcement. And that's one of them. That's a damn shame.
It's my understanding that the ride was packed that last weekend.
Oh, yeah, it was. Of course it was. I wish I had time to get out there.
So
now, the rumor currently is that they're replacing it with Ka on steroids. They're faster.
That's
is the rumor.
Yeah, I mean that's what I hear, but who the heck knows? I don't know.
If
I
that's
don't
true,
know
I'll be happy.
I don't know.
It's just it is sad.
But, and then Green Lantern is going to go.
Who cares? That's actually like good news.
That's like we're all the angels singing. And of course, Parachutes is already gone, but they're demolishing it finally. And apparently, I'm hearing Twister is also go.
That's fine.
So that whole area, basically, from there all the way back to Ka, is getting essentially a revamp.
It's just
There's. I had heard a while ago that they were going to be putting in a coaster in between Ka and Toro.
Yeah, they were supposed to be doing that.
That is, I don't know. Maybe that's not happening now, and whatever they were going to put there is going to go where Ka was. But who knows? Who knows what's happening with that? We've talked before about what we would like to see over in that area.
I mean, it has been a while.
I know that I had said, especially when Just the Parachutes was gone, I had said, put one of those flyer rides right there. Like the footprint is perfect. I would also personally like to see because I even said like one of those spinning wild mouse coasters would
Is-
go pretty well over there.
Is there a different type of, outside of that, a different type of coaster that they don't already have that they could replace Green Lantern with?
I'm
Like,
sure there is, but I am not well versed enough
right.
in coasters to know.
But like with
you
Flash
know-
being added, that's another one down. Jersey Devil was another one down. Like they are getting variety,
yeah, and
and now they just need consistency. I think
yeah, I would
with certain things.
I would not mind seeing two coasters come in and replace both of those coasters. I've also said that I would not mind seeing one of those 3 rides where people in it. It would also be like an indoor thing that you could have another indoor thing.
Yeah, I don't need that
See,
slop.
for me, okay, I'm old.
They already
I
have
like-
one in the arcade. Like whatever.
I like the
well,
yeah,
they have a
I
VR
like
one.
the-
I should say they have a VR one in the arcade.
I
That is
like-
different.
I like the interactive type thing.
I get
And
that.
stuff
I
like
just
that.
I'd rather them. If you want something interactive, tell them to fix Justice League. That thing hasn't worked since the day it's open.
Hallelujah.
Oh my god!
Yeah, I never know where my laser's going in that, but I still have fun on it. So,
I just
and it's something
rip
that I
the
don't
voice
like
lines.
get, whiplash or nauseous from. So, I personally would like to see 2 new coasters go in place of those.
Let's assume for now the rumor is true and you're getting just a larger car, right? Let's go with that for a second. Do we think they could do that? That means they would do another Green Lantern coaster that doesn't neuter everyone that gets on it,
Yeah, but I don't think they're other
like the Green Lantern theme, more or less, is what I'm getting at.
maybe, but I don't think so.
Okay,
I don't
I don't
think
think
so.
so either. For what
I
it's
think
worth,
because I think eventually Stan may go or
really,
be called something else. The name may
yeah. Well,
I
seeing as how
think.
Bizarro went back to Medusa, that makes sense.
to keep the superheroes over on the other side of the
It-
park.
I've said they should retheme the chunks as a whole for a very long time. It'd be nice as if what they did, they split it into, because I know we talked about doing like each individual part of the park differently. If they really just did the entire right side from like Joker over, that is now DC,
Mm-hmm.
and then everything to the left is one half Carnival and one half like safari
Mm-hmm.
animal whatever. That'd be cool. That'd be fine.
Yeah.
The problem comes when you have this carnival. Also, you go up this golden walkway into the Golden Kingdom that is just this walkway, mind you,
yeah.
to a random ride that you only. It's the only reason you know the park, but you didn't know it was in the middle of
Mhm,
nowhere.
mhm.
And then, if you go back there, there's actually like 4 different lands that are like
Well,
5 feet long.
And the other, I would definitely like to see back that way. At least a flat ride, because you have Tango,
I see
which
that,
is
yeah.
barely open, and then you kind of need something over that way, especially if the Ka area is going to be, Ka 2.0, or it's going to be another coaster that is mostly for thrill seekers. I think you need something for people who are not thrill seekers, or people who are maybe smaller that can't go on the ride. And because people do go in groups and as families and stuff
Well,
like that.
I
So
think the goal with that, and here's the real challenge with that area over by Toro. That area is supposed to be grouped as Toro, Bizarro, Toro, Medusa, Safari, Mine Train, Log Flume. Log Flume hasn't been up in 7 seasons. Safari is like an outlier.
But Log Flume was up this year.
Okay,
Just saying.
okay, so they were up 1 year out of all of them. Like it's never running. It's never run. I get that it was up this year, but
it
that's
is now, and it's fixed.
for how long?
I don't know.
Okay, so I'm not willing to shine light on that yet. Because it's gonna go down.
I
season.
think they should have.
I honestly think they should. I understand the ideology of having Log Flume and Rapids on either end of the park. I think they need to get rid of Log Flume. I truly think they do.
Now I think you got to ride it out until it just absolutely croaks.
I mean, they force themselves into that corner now. But I think what they should, instead of repairing it, they should have gotten rid of it, because it really makes that area even more of a weird mosh than it already is. Like, think about how many things are over there that you can't really re-theme. Medusa. Well, now that's Medusa. Toro. That's been Toro for.
But Toro is technically not in that western area. Toro is in the Spanish area, Plaza de Carnaval. Yeah. Yeah, but Medusa is still that mining theme, and so is the Log Flume. They are both. They are mining things. No, you don't. But when you understand that that is the name of the town, there's a whole backstory with it. Well, if they read the sign. Whatever.
Cool.
So, is your mic off?
No.
Oh, all right. Well, so, well, you can still be heard. Is that what it is that you probably? I'm done. Oh, it's done with you. Right. So,
I hope.
Just yeah. I don't blame you. So
otherwise you're be
able to hear it. Yes, they can. You're loud.
How loud I'm.
Oh.
Echo.
Okay. Okay, well, we heard that. Yes. Is it for real?
Yeah, my mic.
Oh my. Did you like?
Oh, I hope I didn't. Oh, there we go. We're good.
Aha. Okay, it's back. Well, so
how much of that did you guys not hear?
Yeah, right. Like, so big portion of that you may not have heard Dan at all.
I don't know when that died. It was somewhat recent. I caught it relatively quickly.
Right. So, okay. So basically, I mean, my thoughts on removing Ka I know this is extremely unpopular. You can roast my behind in the comments.
You
I
suck.
don't care.
You suck.
I don't care
suck
if they're
ass.
removing it.
Ass. You suck.
I mean, it looks cool. I've never ridden it.
All right, so you don't get an opinion on
I
it.
don't. It doesn't bother me. Green Lantern, goodbye.
That's a godsend. That's fine.
Bye. Twister, that squeaky ass thing. Bye.
That just even if you don't ride it, that one impacts you.
Yeah,
like, that's-
exactly.
That one just sucks.
So, but the saddest announcement.
Don't shut up.
Okay, saddest to me. Skyway.
Shut up.
Skyway is not returning. They, were not able to fix it. Could not get the parts. It's done. And last time I rode it was last year for Holiday in the Park. Loved it. I loved Skyway. I mean, even, as a kid growing up, 70s, 80s, like going on the Skyway it was always terrifying, but it was always fun. It's like, oh, this is the best way to get to the other side of the park. And I will miss Skyway. And I really hope that they put something in similar where we can get those, only being able to get those views from Big Wheel or Giant Wheel, I think it went back to now. That's so limited. It's very limited, and I want views. So, do we get maybe over
So
in
please subscribe to my channel.
over in that area, the boardwalk area? I wonder if we get like an observation tower
Wrong kind
or
of views.
something like that. You're an idiot.
It took her a minute.
Or can they get like an elevated train
You could have gotten
that
in
would go, from one.
You could have had the coolest view of your life.
Yeah, but I
Yeah.
can't take pictures from up.
What? Do you not have a memory?
Yeah, you get like a 2-second view. Whoop-de-doo.
It is a hell. Unironically,
I'm sure it's a great view.
Hell of a view.
But I want some pictures from, and Skyway was one of those.
We can take video on Kai. You just
No, you
if you-
can't.
if you're-
It's not allowed.
if you're willing to risk it, you're
Yeah, it's
willing
not allowed.
you're willing to play a game. You want to play a game?
No, I do not.
All right.
So anyway,
Don't
I'm very
take pictures
sad.
on Kai. You're a psycho.
I'm very sad about Skyway. I'm gonna miss it. I'm gonna miss it a lot. And hopefully sometime in January or February, I will try to put together a video of some of our rides, maybe like our best moments on Skyway, and put that together out as a video, just as a goodbye to Skyway.
As a who gives
Disappointing.
a hell about Skyway?
Let us segue now into Holiday in the Park. I saw a picture today on social media of the giant wheel. Hashtag light the wheel, baby. It's lit. It
The
is
one-
lit.
The one thing people give less of a damn about than Skyway.
Light the wheel. Hey, there's been a lot of people that are
Yeah,
like, where
I
do the lights
know.
go on the
I
wheel? How
know.
come it's not lit?
I know.
The wheel is lit. It's lit. I'm so excited. I am so excited to see it this weekend. And speaking, this Saturday is the opening day of Holiday in
Day
the
in the
Park.
Shart. You can't be heard anyway. You can't be heard. You're inaudible.
Oh,
Now
I
you are.
didn't mean to.
Yeah,
Okay.
you just gotta be on the mic.
Gotcha. Okay, so we have got, I want to get to, okay, so we have got, let's talk real quick about the shows. Frost, not returning. So there will be no show in the Showcase Theater. once again this year. This will be the second year that that's happening, and I'm a little nervous about what's going to happen to Holiday in the Park.
You go and you watch Frost, and you leave with with a goodie bag of cocaine.
Are they going to? That's a lie. Are they going to get rid of Holiday in the Park? I hope not, because this is this is like the wind down of the season, and it's one of the times that I enjoy so much.
I mean, as a business, it does nothing more than cost them money, which I get. I'm just debating whether or not it really costs them that much.
Right.
The actors, I'm sure, are not cheap, but it's not like they're paying them more. Thank you, Rachel. Paying them too much more than minimum wage, if we're being honest. They're paying them like 15. Last time I checked, I could be way off on that.
Right.
That was a couple years ago.
So, okay, so let's just go over the entertainment real quick. We've got a couple of new things. We've got a lot of old things that have been there for a while. So we have got Story Time with Mrs. Claus. Those show times are 2:15, 3:45, 5:15, and 6:45. When I go to the park on Saturday, I will try to repeat show times as I see the shows like where they're up at.
It should be Story Time with Ricky Claus.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so we've got Deck the Halls Dance Party. Join our Six Flags dancers for a holly jolly good time while dancing along with some of your holiday tunes. And that's in Bugs Bunny National Park at 1:30, 3 o'clock, 4:30, and 6 p.m. Holiday Magic, a holiday wish list, every hour beginning at 5:30. That's on the main street on the big Christmas tree.
Oh, no.
That is loud.
All right, well, it only happens when I get a text. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what
and then Holiday Magic, a celebration of the season, is the other show that begins every hour beginning at 5 o'clock. So every hour and half hour is the alternating show. So let's see. Then we've got Jolly Light Show, every half hour beginning at 5:50. Synchronized. I'm not 100% where those are. I think they're going to be down by Joker. That's where they were last year. Rudolph's Rainment. Love this. And they're going to be next to Johnny Rockets this time. March to the beat of your own drum this holiday season. And while you're at it, tap your feet to Rudolph's Rainment. The strolling symphony, the holiday cheer all evening long. So their shows are at 2 o'clock, 3:15, 4:30, 6:15, and 7:15. They are a really good like 5-piece band. So good. I love it. Traditions. Now this apparently is new. Traditions is a heartwarming spectacle perfect for the holidays. A family of musicians comes together to reflect on their most cherished holiday memories and songs, and it's next to the giant wheel.
All right.
At 3 o'clock, 4:15, 5:15, 6:45, and 7:45. The Jinglettes, and this is a new group, but it's basically the carolers. The Jinglettes will serenade you with holiday favorites that are sure to transport to a winter wonderland. Whether it's a classic carol or a modern holiday hit, the Jinglettes bring their own unique charm and warmth to each performance. So gather around, sip on some hot cocoa, and let the music wrap you cozy embrace. And they perform over in Movie Town, which holiday season called Holiday Memories, that area now. They perform at 2:30, 3:45, 5 o'clock, 6:15, and 7:30. And then you have the Candy Cane crew join in the fun with our juggling Candy Cane crew. And that's over like in front of around Dream Street, I think is if I'm understanding the map properly. Anyway, they perform at 2:45, 4 o'clock, 5:15, 6:15, and 7:15. Then See what else was announced here. That's still. So we do have meet and greets. Let's get you guys that information. Okay, so Santa Claus. So Santa Claus is available through December 23rd. And Santa Claus will take a break daily to feed the reindeer from 4 to 4:45. So Santa is there from open to 30 minutes before park close. The Snow Queen and King, their show time or their meet and greet times are 1:30, 2:30, 3:30, 4:30, 6, and 7. The Peppermint Princess and Peppermint Prince are 1:15, 2:15, 3:15, 4:45, 5:45, and 6. Jack Frost is 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6:30, and 7:30.
Okay.
Oh,
What was that about?
Because it was 6
Oh,
o'clock, 7 o'clock rock. Anyway,
I picked up.
Poinsettia Princess. Oh, Prince and Princess. I don't know if they had a Poinsettia Prince last time.
No, they didn't.
He might be new.
He's new.
1:30, 2:30, 3:30, 4:30, 5:30, and 7. Looney Tunes from 1 to 8. So
I love that. I love that it's not specific characters. It's just Looney Tunes.
Yeah, well, because
All-
it could be anybody.
All Looney Tunes. Who are those? We don't know.
And of course, I did not.
We know it's gonna be the classic.
I did not screenshot it, but Granny's is going to be having their holiday meal that they usually have, I believe, ham and turkey. And I thought there was one other choice, but I know it's ham and turkey are two of those. And then over at the brew house, I believe they're also having something. I do know that there's some they're doing the regular like alcoholic beverages, the special one that over there. No, something else they don't have is the Polar Pub this year. Or Polar Bar. No Polar Bar. I'm really disappointed.
I'm
it
always
was-
disappointed with them. I don't know.
It was a nice place to sit and chill and try one of the drinks and without a show in the theater, it was a great place to sit down, get out of the cold. If it was raining, you could sort of take refuge there a little bit and yeah. So anyway, I mean,
So-
I'm still looking forward to it because I am a sucker for lights. I love lights. I love the show on the tree. I love all of the music and all of that. Oh, here's hoping that we have more than like 4 to 6 songs on repeat this year.
So something that we've
Don't play the
definitely
Candyman. I'll come after you.
I love that song. We've definitely
Mm-mm.
talked about a few times on the channel
Mm-hmm.
is bring back face characters. This is another prime example of instead of hiring 10 characters roughly that are new characters and they're not even like real characters. You just made Poinsettia
Right.
Princess. Like,
Right,
who the
we
hell
just-
is the Poinsettia Princess?
Right, we just made this shit up.
You have access to Batman, Superman, and those don't necessarily work during Christmas. But you have you have Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Joker, and Harley Quinn out during the main season. And then during Halloween, you bring out Scarecrow. You bring out Killer Croc. I don't know why I almost forgot his name. You bring out some actually scary characters. Guess what? That also extends to Christmas. You have Mr. Freeze. Yeah, he's a villain, but he's like chill. He's not like he's chill. He's not like super scary or anything. And he's Christmas themed inherently. And then you know, it sounds like an odd one, but Poison Ivy, the person that talks to Holly, You
Yeah.
have her do all the
But
holly stuff.
I mean, I have to say,
And then you put Christmas hats on Batman, Superman, and all the
yeah,
others.
I get that. But
it is not that difficult.
I like the idea that, well, I like the fact that they have all of these characters go and take pictures. And children are not going to give a crap who they are or who
That's
they're
not true at all.
But
Here's
I
the thing.
see,
They won't care. You're right in one way, because a child sees, oh, the poinsettia print. I want a picture with the poinsettia princess.
right.
But guess how elevated that is when it's Batman.
No, I understand what you're saying, but like the Poinsettia Princess as an example,
Uh-huh.
to me, so I find all these, well, the snow queen and king, their costumes are beautiful. I think the costuming of these characters is so gorgeous. The Poinsettia Princess, her gown is just beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Now look,
And
I
to
find
be
it
clear,
difficult to interact with them because I don't know what your story is. I don't know how to interact with you. However, maybe you weren't with us. That I had a cute little interaction with the Peppermint Princess.
I think so, yeah.
It was super cute, and she made it easy. It was
Yeah.
cute. It was good.
Here's the thing, and none of this is to disparage the actors. I would never disparage any of the actors. They're all phenomenal.
Oh, absolutely. They're so good.
And a lot of the costumes are great.
Oh my gosh.
I'll give you that.
Yeah.
That exact problem you mentioned, though, goes away with DC characters, with Looney Tune characters, because even if you don't know them, or you don't even know that, if you see Bugs Bunny, but you don't even know that it's Bugs Bunny,
Mm-hmm.
that type of design shows the type of character he is inherently. So there is no guesswork to be done.
No, I hear you there. But, well, and at least they are, going to have the Looney Tunes characters out there with
That is good.
with their
holiday hats.
their holiday stuff, their Christmas stuff on, their scarves and whatever else.
You know how many people would pay? I mean, they could not do this. So let me be very clear. They could not do this. There would be a lawsuit waiting to happen. You know how many people would pay out the ass to get a picture with Batman in the Batman Forever suit with the bat nipples and the ice skates during the holidays? Do you know how much money people would pay for that? Because it's a classic movie. It's not a good movie by any means, but it's so beloved by the fans because it's goofy, and I mean that's Jim Carrey as the Riddler being not the Riddler.
Right.
But the ice skates are hilarious in that movie. It's great.
So anyway, I am looking forward to Holiday in the Park this weekend. I'll be filming actually 2 videos on Saturday. One is a Holiday in the Park. We'll be out there, Coaster Crew. Hopefully, I'll be able to get a really good opening day video, but it's also a event, so it could be like a mix of stuff. And we're also going to Howling Woods Farm on Saturday before that, so we'll have a Howling Woods Farm video and a Six Flags video for you guys next week. And next week is Thanksgiving, and John and I are going to go volunteer in the ABC Thanksgiving Day Parade with the Coaster Crew again. Coaster Crew has signed up. I think there's 8 to 10 people that have signed up this year, and we're going to go and be a balloon handler again. And we got assigned Bumble from Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. So it's a very large balloon, and hopefully they don't change our assignment, but I will try to post a picture on our Facebook page, and potentially I'll try to post it on the YouTube community page as well. Once we know for sure that, what balloon we have, I'll try to post it. So if you watch the ABC Thanksgiving Day Parade, just look for us. I don't know that you'll be able to see us, and if you do, we're going to be really small on the screen, but anyway, that's what we're doing. So then we'll have another video or 2 the following week about our Thanksgiving, and potentially I'll also have a Six Flags vlog. So there's just going to be vlogs coming at you.
And also, let me toss this out here because I think this is genuinely the best idea I could give Six Flags because I know they can implement it beyond a shadow of a doubt. I know you'll never do face characters. I know that. But you can do those face characters like Scarecrow or Mr. Freeze, and you can even do them seasonally as merch. I don't understand why a lot of these characters that do have buying power, at the very least, aren't on like shirts.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there are other ways to kind of play with them. Even a little more, especially during Fright Fest. I want Scarecrow during Fright Fest.
Mm-hmm.
You could get rid of Dr. Evil or whatever the hell his name is.
But you got Sam.
God, why? Actually, if you look at Scarecrow's design in most of the things, Sam is such a ripoff of what Scarecrow is.
Yeah.
It's really sad because he just wears a sack over his head in some of the designs. At the very least, he does different things. At least he does something compared to Sam.
Oh my gosh.
Seriously, it'd be amazing to like replace Dr. Evil or whatever the hell is. Don't let this detract from the merch idea. Dr. Evil or whatever the hell his name is. He's so forgettable because, again, no one knows the story of these fake things they keep making. Like, you have a bundle of free stories. Like, stuff you don't even have to put R&D into. Just,
okay.
It's baffling.
I think it's time to roll.
You had a Batman and Robin stunt show, but you cannot put Robin on a shirt.
I don't know.
Which I actually just processed that. I thought Robin was on a shirt, and I thought through it. There's not a single shirt with Robin's even logo on it.
I thought
Maybe I'm mistaken.
I think you might be. Anyway, so we should get going. I actually
But
have,
seriously, take the merch idea. I get very rambunctious during these. The merch idea is great though.
It's 8:00 and I for work.
Yeah, I have drugs to snort, so we can get this over with.
So yeah, hopefully, guys, we will be back some December. One of these days we will get on more of a regular schedule, but
one day.
I would say you expect to see us in December.
One day.
Probably. And if not, definitely January. We do try to do something around New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. So yeah, you'll see us live again. And in the meantime, you'll be seeing some vlogs.
If I don't say it now, I won't say it. When you go to make that community post, make sure you put a picture with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. That's what I was saying is I would post a.
Oh, okay. Yeah. If you do picture and text
on Facebook and probably.
Okay, because when you do a community post, if you don't do a picture or a poll or something it gets washed out.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
cool.
Okay, I mean I have done just text before. I know that you should.
Yeah. It definitely isn't like a guaranteed loss, but it's highly likely.
Yeah, for sure. It'll at least stop people.
Yeah.
From scrolling. So.
Oh, for sure.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining us tonight, and watching this after we were live, and you're watching the replay of it. Thank you so much for being here. Thanks for watching.
If you're still here, why?
No, it's all good. We had
unsubscribe.
We had a great discussion.
Just leave. What are you doing? It's over. Go.
Yeah, we're sorry it's been a while. We're going to try to get better with it, but we can't guarantee anything. Keep those notifications on and set to all because you never know what we're going to do. We are unpredictable with our lives.
Copious amounts of amphetamine.
Okay, we got to go because this guy is nuts. But but we really got to go. We will see you soon, guys. We'll see you.
I said if I make it that long.
We'll see you in a live again.
Cocaine.
Hopefully sometime in December. All right. No. Okay, we gotta go. So, people, see now, if you haven't been around the channel for a while, you have no idea. we gotta get back to regular lives, and then it'll get
Oh,
So
God.
we will try to get on a regular live stream schedule when we can. It's just very
Well,
difficult right
The
now.
energy is very. I realized why I stopped doing that the other day, by the way, because we're doing 2 mics now, and so I'm not ripping the mic away from you. Because that's what really made it great for me was I would just completely
Take the
steal the mic and be like, listen, actually, there's nothing stopping me from doing that now. If any police are listening, just come.
And you just like look at what you did.
Oh, yeah,
what
you're
is going on
You're
here?
normally not
And you're
holding the
making
mic
it-
stand, so I can just steal it.
And you're
next
making
time.
it like what's happening here? Okay, there's stakes. Made it echo and whatnot. I think you screwed it up now. Okay,
No,
anyway.
that's just because I'm a giggly
Okay,
bitch.
I don't know why. I don't know what's happening to this mic. Okay, we gotta
It's
go.
loose. It's loose.
Okay, right now we
like the rats in my mind.
Okay. Oh my gosh.
Pee in my mouth. The color is gold and it's sterile. Pee in my mouth. Pee in my mouth.
If you guys don't,
Pee in my mouth. Pee in my mouth.
if you guys don't watch the lives, even after the fact, like you have no idea that the last 5 to 10 minutes of our lives are like this. It's insane. So like, if you're like you don't give a crap, if you don't care what we're talking about, then I don't even know if it worked. So,
Unhinged.
so if you don't care what we're talking about, just fast forward to the last 10 minutes and you'll get a kick out of us. But all right, for real, it's time to go.
Have you ever seen the episode of SpongeBob where he gets beat to shit with a
Yes.
gorilla?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, just indoors.
Okay, all right.
Indoors.
All right, guys, that's it. We'll see you next time. Thanks for joining us. Bye.